California.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick. What's going on, bud?
What's up, everyone? So, how was the Christmas break? We're on quicker than normal.
Christmas has been well. We're heading into New Year's Eve tomorrow. We're recording on 12:30 at 11:50 p.m.
Did you do anything?
New Year's Eve. I just hang out with the family, eat some good food. What about yourself?
Yeah, I visited my parents. We went to go watch Shin Lim.
Okay, nice.
The magician. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Although his act is basically the same as what you've seen on like America's Got Talent and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He added like a couple things, but he has like a co-host that finished like in the top whatever in the same America's Got Talent, I think. And he was on there for quite a while. It's almost like they're on there. It's his show, but it's like they're on there almost like 50-50.
Okay, nice.
It's weird. So the guy was like an MC. It was kind of like the hype man and the
Mm-hmm.
opener, but then he would come in during when they would set up the next thing for Shin, and he would come out and then like do some stuff, and then he'd leave, and then the next setup is ready, and then when he's gone, then he comes back out. So it's like back and forth. It's interesting because I thought it'd be more Shin Lim. It was definitely good because it's just that I've seen a lot of his magic.
Got it.
So my parents haven't. They're like, wow. I was like, yeah, I've seen like, oh, I know what he's gonna do here. It's gonna be this because I remember seeing stuff like that. I'm like, oh, it's gonna come out of his mouth. Just watch it, and there's gonna be some smoke, and then sure enough, it's cool. It's still cool. Definitely, I like close-up magic, so there was a lot of close-up stuff. So he's just like going like this the whole time, and you're just like, what the hell are you? Where is it? So, but that was cool.
Nice.
We did, I did that. Went to check out some comic stores, and I actually sold a First Prince of Swordsman. If you watch Hawkeye.
Yes.
Put a video up on this sale. It's a record breaker, actually, a CGC 9.0 that I got. I got it a while back. I got it raw, got it graded. It came back, and I sold it for $1,025. And because of the show. Like it's crazy. Like the previous record for that grade was $555 in October.
Oh.
And then I was like, what? I'm gonna sell this now because let's see, and then boom, auction. It's like doubled. I was like, what the? It's like, all right.
It's hot. It's hot.
Good. Yeah, and I only spent with all my total cost was like $270. It cost me like $190, $200 to get the book itself, and then cost me another like $70 to get it like shipped, graded, all that stuff.
Perfect.
So
coming up, I like it.
That was nice. I was like, now I'm like, man, maybe we should have kept it, but no, because now I'm gonna move on to get something else.
Exactly, bigger and better.
That show's good. Definitely can't wait to see the next show that they come out with. But I'm all into that Disney Plus stuff. So you watch all of it?
Yeah, we're caught up on everything. So good. I'm excited for the Heroclix set.
Did you watch
yes.
The Boba Fett too?
Yes. Oh,
did you see it? Like, dude, it's awesome, dude.
So
and at the end of January, we're gonna have Morbius. Morbius movie. So there's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I've seen the previews from all the movies I've been going to see. I was like, all right, this looks good.
You have to start increasing the Morbius prices or the clicks figures. I've been selling them I've been
Okay,
selling
nice.
like all the Secret Invasion ones too, because I think there's only 3 Morbiuses out there. I think there's
Okay,
Earth X, Amazing Spider-Man, and Secret Invasion, unless I'm missing something.
I
But
think that sounds about
it's
right.
the Earth X is a common, Secret Invasion is uncommon, and Amazing Spider-Man is a rare. So the rare ones of obviously a little bit more, but it's I think it's gonna start to you start increase the prices if you have them, especially when they start showing more previews. But um, wanted to start talking about a couple things. Number one, this is gonna be the rant portion. All right, so I put up when I put up the Heroclix videos or comic videos, I usually write um, if I miss, or I usually say, if I miss something, let me know in the comments.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can give your opinion on something if you want. It goes back and forth. I think most people are pretty good. Like Craig was basically asking like, what about Brother Voodoo? I was like, well, I don't think he belongs there. So he's like, okay, well, he's gonna try to make him good. Like, okay, fine. But that it's like a back and forth. Another person was like, I think the infamous Iron Man is better than Kui. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But then, there are ways to be like constructive, and then there are ways to be destructive when you're criticism, right? Um,
Oh, 100%.
and the main thing is if you're gonna like criticize something or like if I make a mistake on something, it's okay as long as you're not condescending or passive aggressive. Now this person might not mean it that way, but when you write extraneous things instead of just what it is you're trying to say, then it means that you're trying to convey a certain um, message that you're trying to, for lack of a better term, trying to make me feel stupid, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. Like maybe like originally you thought that was okay, but I'm like, no, read it again, and then read the other comments. And as like the extraneous things can relay different things because you can give the message without having to give these extra things. Like I was going to tell you originally, like I said, I could tell you in person, hey Jeff, you made a mistake. You should have done this, and you could have won, right? And then you'd be like, okay, that's a criticism, constructive. Or I could say, hey Jeff, you could have won if you did this, you fucking moron. Well, one way is constructive, the other
That
way is
crosses the line.
destructive. You know what I mean? So like if you write shaking my head SMH, that's conveying that I'm a fucking moron. So
Pretty
if you write
much.
that, like just that's an extra thing. So if I miss something, like on one of the ones I was talking about the Captain Marvel super rare on my reviews, and I
Yeah.
didn't know. I knew that he makes the guys that are sidekick guys, but you know me, I don't rely on the leadership roles to get their stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't even mention it. So that's why I mentioned he's the main guy that I would use. I wouldn't rely on making those guys, because what if you just don't make them?
Yeah.
How many times do you play Gladiator or Blackheart? You just don't make the guys, but their games where you make like 3. So you can't rely on it. So, not only did he address me in like a very, very dismissive way, he also added the shake,
We talked down.
yeah, he talked down by adding the SMH at the end of his sentence. And those like 3 letters, just it's that person trying to convey what they want me to feel, and that's whatever. I didn't even respond to him on the thing, but maybe he's listening. That's a easy way to make someone think you're a piece of shit, right? So
Yeah.
because you
No.
can you can easily convey your message without having to be condescending, passive aggressive. Don't come at me like that. That's why like most of the people that do ask and they do give their if they disagree, it's fine. Like I don't say anything. Like okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even bring it up, and if anybody meant something, but this one did because that guy was an asshole. So,
Rule number
uh,
1: don't be a
yeah,
dick.
yeah, exactly right. That's like the thing. Don't be a dick. Like, come on, man. We can have a discussion and a debate, but
It's so high school childish, like
let's
even
keep
middle
it
schoolish.
like let's keep it. Let's keep it above water, above. Let's keep it above the belt here, huh? Let's not get too crazy here. You know what I mean? Like, uh, as if you haven't missed that, you haven't made a mistake or missed something in something. No one's going to try to make you feel stupid, unless they're just an
Nobody
asshole.
is infallible.
Exactly. So so that's the one. But this second one it kind of goes into the whole debate argument thing that I think a lot of people. I think we've talked about this before, but I think I need to like revisit this again because I think it's just people need to understand how to debate without debate, argue, discuss. When you argue, it's kind of like you're almost fighting. Debate, you disagree, but you're giving each other your point of view, and you can kind of like have to be a civil conversation. Discussion is maybe you're discussing the merits of something, but maybe you both are trying to come to a conclusion. That's a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Debate is you believe one thing, I believe one thing, and we're gonna debate. Argue, we're basically fighting. Discussion, maybe we are on the same page, maybe we're not.
Yeah.
But we're talking about to see where we are going to come, right? If we can come a common ground or whatever. So this came up actually. You were there. I made this comment, and I said, with the outrageous Venom Magneto price, right? I said,
yeah.
In the short term, the Venom Magneto is going to be a lot because nobody has it. Everybody's going to want it. He's good for sure. I said, but let's look long term. And I specifically said, let's look after this set rotates out of modern. So we're talking like 3. I even said, let's look at 5 years from now. And I said, 5 years from now, the Thor chase will be more than Venom Magneto. So first of all, do you agree or disagree with that statement? 5 years from now.
Yeah, the Venom Thor will be worth more.
I mean, you mean the Thor, not Venom Thor, just Thor, right?
Thor, yeah, Thor.
Yeah, okay. I was like, is there Venom Thor? Well, we never know.
Well, there is. What if?
Oh, there is, you're right. There is a Venom Thor. Is that the one with the dreads?
Yeah, that's what the dreads.
Oh, God, I thought that was Brother Voodoo.
I like to say tendrils.
Right, okay. Oh, you're right. Duh, there is a Venom Thor. But so the Thor, the Herald, Herald.
Yeah.
Herald
Cosmic Thor
is going to be worth more. We can have the debate if you're on the other side, or we can have discussion, whatever. But then the argument became different because I gave a bunch of examples. I said, look, if you want to look at all the big pieces that weren't good in modern, but highly collectible because everybody wanted it. I said, I named a bunch of pieces. Look at the prices now compared to the pieces that were supposed to be good. Like one of the examples I give is like Iron Pharaoh. Okay, Iron Pharaoh.
Yeah.
In his heyday was like almost $100 during the time, because when I won with it, like it jumped up to almost $100 when I won Worlds, right? Then it went down after it got the errata, but not only that, after it rotated out, the price kind of like dipped. Right now, it's probably $20, $25, maybe. I don't know, $25, let's say. But then look at during that same time period, King Thor. Nobody plays King Thor. None. You can't play him. He's too many points.
Nada.
Right? At the time, he was like $60, $70. Right? So at the time, he was $60, $70. Iron Pharaoh was like above him. You look at King Thor now, he's like almost $100. So he actually went up.
So
right? Same with the Balls Magneto. Right? Like that one's way up there. It's like $80-something.
AOA.
But nobody was really playing that guy. But you compare him to another piece that was another chase piece that was comparable. It's probably the same price or more. But then if you look at it when they rotate it out, Magneto's up and that piece is down. Right? Another example would be Nick Fury. He's like $10.
Yeah.
He's like $60 before. He's like $10 now. you compare that to another piece that was up there, but nobody played, like, I don't know.
Venom Hulk.
Okay, yeah, he's a chase, but yeah, that's a good example too. Venom Hulk when he came out, $50, $60, $70, and he's like 100, over 100. So things like that, right? So then I gave all those, and like, okay, give your give your counter argument. You can't give an argument because, like, I'm right. If you want to give your examples, I just gave a ton when I was doing that, right? Yeah. And then it was this, because people don't like. I feel like some people just don't like to, or want to. What's the word I'm talking about? What's the word I'm looking for? Admit. They don't want to, like, admit defeat. Or admit defeat, or like, maybe, yeah, you're right. Whatever. Then the argument. Well, no, it's still going to be high. It's still going to be worth a lot. Like, it's still going to be high value, right? I said, yes, you're right, but that's not what I said. That has nothing to do with what I mentioned. The original statement was Harold Thor will be worth more than Venom Magneto in 5 years. Because you don't want to lose.
Because it's still be worth a lot doesn't mean.
Yeah, because you don't want to. It's like, here's the greater point is because, like, people generally don't want to lose the argument.
Yeah.
They'll change the argument so they can win.
Change it.
So they're gonna say, well, but it's still gonna be very high. Like, yes, nobody's debating that. Like, nobody's gonna say whatever, but it's. I still stand by that Thor is going to be worth more in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm wrong, but, like, that's what I think. And if you think otherwise, then explain why, right? But if you can't, then you have to, like, say, hey.
Yeah, I heard you do this with a couple people too, and I was just like, he's right. You're just kind of arguing with yourself.
Yeah, like,
to be wrong.
Yeah, it's like we agree that yes, it's still going to be like. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Magneto's still going to be worth a lot. Just not going to be worth as much as Thor in 5 years. That's like, that was all I was saying. You know what I mean? And I think that goes to a greater discussion on how people argue and debate.
It's their mentality.
Yeah, right. It's almost like there's a great if you listen to Bill Burr, he has a great bit on this where he talks when he argues with his wife. When she is right, she argues at the point and the point only. But when you're right, she goes off the reservation and comes back with something, and then next thing you know, you're fighting, and now you're in the wrong because you got sucked into that trap. And then, and then he's like,
I've been there.
I was right, and then now I'm sleeping on the couch. Like, it's a great bit, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what that is. And I think a lot of people just don't. Like another one, like I was gonna say, like, so if, like, someone asked me, why are you rotating out the Flashpoint Flood and Light Cycle Arena? And I said, okay, you asked me why. Okay, that's the very first. You asked me why. I say, because we've had it since 2018, so it's going on 4 years. Yeah. So we need to rotate the more maps. Number two, those two maps are kind of, if you really want to break it down, of our maps, those are the two. What did you say the most
problematic?
What's the word? Degenerate, whatever. It's like whatever you want to use for it. It's equivalent of like the what's the Glengarry Globe, whatever.
The cemetery, yeah, Glen Grove
cemetery. And then, you know what I mean? If it's just open, or it's like the Star Trek one where it's just open. That one.
Mm-hmm. Time. Amok Time.
Like that one, right?
Good old Amok Time.
It's kind of like that. So it's like, well, we kind of want to change that up, and it's like, okay, well, like.
It was a very popular go-to map for a lot of teams.
So like Flashpoint Flood, and that. So it's like, okay, we need to change that because that's what we also looked at. It was like everyone said, and I said, does that, did that answer your question? Well, I mean, if it's gonna rotate out, I'm not gonna buy it because it's not gonna be in the thing. I was like, okay, but that's not what you fucking asked me. Yeah. Like, you simply asked me why. And I told you Okay,
That's too funny.
but if you came with originally with a different question, if you said, if you were to ask me, you know, I don't like that you are rotating this out because I want to buy it, but I'm not going to buy it if it's not legal. If that was your original statement to me, and like your argument for why it shouldn't, if your statement is, or if your question is, um or whatever your argument, don't rotate it out because we're not,
Yeah.
if it's
I want to
not,
buy it.
if I want to buy it, then we can have that discussion. But if you ask me why, I'm just going to ask you, I'm just going to answer why. Anything else is like, okay, you fine, you told me that, awesome, but you're like arguing with me now when I just answered your question. That's not, you know what I mean? It's kind of a
Yeah.
weird, it's kind of a weird like
Interaction,
because it's like, well, wait a minute, like how did I get into this like discussion when you just asked me a question about it? You know, like me, like I said, like if you started off with like, you know, I have a problem with you rotating it out, okay, then we could discuss about that. If you just ask me why and answer that, and you're gonna tell me, well, you're wrong, or like why, whatever. It's like, I guess it's okay, but to me, I feel like you should always be concise. In like, a lot
yes.
of people aren't concise, and then because you're not concise, people will have problems with communication because
It's understandable.
you're saying one thing, another person saying another thing, and then now you're arguing over nothing because,
Semantics, yeah.
well, no, but argue because like you're not on the same page, because you're not you weren't talking about the same thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's it's just very interesting that I see, and I see a lot of people when they do come in the store and people have discussions and stuff. I'm usually, when you know, when I'm working and I hear people talk and they have like discussions, when they do get into an argument, it's because they're not communicating correctly. Like, one person might mean something,
Yeah.
because you didn't relay it correctly. The person is not understanding what the person means, and now they're talking about two different things. Now it's like a comedy. You've seen those comedies where they're like, um, he's talking about food, but then the person did not relate correctly, and the guy thinks he's talking about sex. So they're like,
Yes.
what the fuck? So then the person's talking about food, but this guy's taking it as like sexual things, and he's like, what's going on? And the guy's like, what the fuck? And then now they're like, kind of like, I don't know, kind of like arguing or fighting or something. It's like a comedy bit, right? Where they're not, because
The
they did
disconnect. There's a disconnect. There seems to be a
exactly.
disconnect here.
And I see that a lot. Um, when people do talk about stuff like that, which is, you know, I don't interject, but if like people do include me, I will always say, okay, you asked me this, I answered that. Now, if that's done, we can go on to the next thing. But like, you know, don't come back with something else when we're like, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Did we
You
change
know?
the subject yet?
Yeah, did we change the subject? Yeah, like you've seen me do that a couple times. You know, you
Yeah.
remember? Like, I think I asked you, okay, wait, Jeff, are we talking about this or this? You're like,
We
oh, I'm
did
sorry,
that.
I'm done with that. I'm
Yeah.
talking about this, and I go, okay, because I was
I
like,
had
wait,
already moved on to something else. I had moved on to something else, and you're still thinking I'm talking about. You're looking hella confused. I'm like,
yeah,
huh?
because you did, yeah, because like in your head you already moved on, but you didn't tell me you moved on.
Yeah.
You didn't say like, okay,
Yeah.
like this is something else. So I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, okay, hold on. Are we still talking about this? You're like, no, wait. I'm talking about this now. Oh, okay. Now we're on the same page. Otherwise, I just be looking at you like, what the hell? And you'll be looking at me like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right? It just
Like,
be,
why isn't he following along? Come on.
yeah, I know it's
Keep
not
up.
that hard. Exactly. So that's why I do that. I do that a lot now to prevent like extra shit. Like,
Oh, that's good. It's
if
good.
you waste like
It's
2 minutes,
preventative. It's
yeah,
proactive.
yeah. If we're like we're talking about for something in 2 minutes, we just 2 minutes of nothing, but we just like argued. But like we agreed, but because we misconstrued it, it just like it's off. So that's what I wanted to talk. I know that's a little bit. We're gonna have to cut some of this out.
Thin it
Right.
out. All
But
right,
yeah,
ready to get
that's basically okay. So now that's done with
sets,
my rant. So we can
our
get on
best
to
misses.
yeah, we could get on to like the important stuff, the Heroclix end of the year stuff, end of the year awards for us or whatever.
All right, let's start off with the best set. So we actually had a good amount of sets come out this year.
Yeah,
we had Future Foundation, Wonder Woman, X-Men Rise and Fall, and Avengers Fantastic Four. Four big sets, and then one gravity feed of Eternals. And our best set of the year was Wonder Woman. My God, did this set have so many playable figures?
I think that's the consensus, right? Like, this is the first. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first set where it's the new stuff, like the new rules.
So this set ushered in the new rules with the new benched powers.
Yeah.
So it kind of set the tone for how Heroclix is going to be for the next
going forward.
Coming years.
A couple things I think it's interesting to note here, that because they benched the powers, they have to compensate for those missed powers, right? Because a lot of those powers are awesome, especially Perplex.
Hypersonic.
Right. So those are gone. So they had to make it up somehow. What they did was more clicks, higher stats to make up for benching those 12 powers or whatever. But I think they overcompensated because, like I always said, they never do anything. I mean, it's hard. I gotta give them some slack, cut him some slack, because you can't always do it perfectly. You can't always end it right here. The pendulum can't always stop right here. If it's here and they go too much over here, then they got to come all the way back here, but then it's going to go this way again. So it's going like this, right? And it's hard to stop it here. Well, what I think what they did was it was over here, and then they went completely over here with the amount of 11-18s, right? 11-18 threes or fours, and not only that, but how many clicks they have that.
Yeah.
We used to never get how many 12 attacks have we seen recently, right? There's so many 12 attacks now. Before that used to be like a unicorn.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely become more of a commodity.
Yeah, and then because they gave Close Combat Expert and Range Combat Expert the bump in power, anybody that just has it in the new upcoming sets are always going to be basically a 12-4. If the basis is 11-3, they're going to be 12-4s going forward. And Wonder Woman set was the first one to start all of this, right? Secret Six became the first dominating archetype in the format.
Yeah,
they're the first ones, and branched off to a whole bunch of other ones because they're all monsters and rulers. So they're friends with other monsters, and they're friends with
the future.
Yeah. But the shifting focus Wonder Woman with the lasso, the free stuff with the retaliating Giganta.
So good.
Chases. Were there any other ones other than Chases?
Felix Faust.
Woman. Faust is another one.
Guy Gardner.
Okay. Are there any commons that people are playing other than the shifting focus ones? Or even rares? Because I feel like they're all supers and up, right?
Yeah. Teen Lantern people played.
Okay. Yeah, that is one that for sure. But if they're all up, right? I mean, look at Chip and Green Lantern himself, Hal Jordan. Yep. Those guys are huge. But there's just so much.
The Flash.
Oh my God, the
Flash.
The one
2 to 3 are a necessity of owning.
I remember.
Or apparently now 4, right?
There is one thing though that we need to address for sure, because we talked about this last year. You guys watched, we did a podcast with George kind of criticizing the new rules before we had them out. We were talking about how, because they're benching a lot of the powers, the figures are going to be basically the same. What that was George's argument, was they're going to be homogenous because there's just less powers. Because there's less powers, there's only so many iterations you could do, and they're going to look the same. And I remember that we were criticizing the new rules with that. But we were also talking about how the set might not hold up to the previous sets that have all those powers. But what we didn't realize, because we didn't have the full spoiler, we only had we only had a few figures out because they only showed us the rules. But what we didn't realize was they were going to increase the dial depth, increase the stats, and lower the points. Like those three factors kind of offsets the fact that they don't have those powers. So
filled in the
that is something that, for me, I admit that was wrong. Granted, we didn't have the full spoiler of the set. We only had like bits and pieces, but that's also, I think those are our fault for jumping to conclusions without getting all the information, which is another lesson. Do not assume, because that could get you in trouble. Because we just assumed that it was just everything was going to stay the same, just no powers. So it was like, oh, it's just going to be worse. But didn't realize that they were going to do those three things, right?
Definitely changed a lot of things.
Yeah, and now it's crazy because like we almost, I don't want to say miss those powers, but who needs perplex if everyone is already perplexed up to begin with, just on their dial, right?
Yeah.
If the normal numbers are like 1017 or maybe a 1018 or 1118, like every now and then, but everyone is an 1118 base, you don't need perplex.
Doing okay. Yeah, you're doing okay.
But it's like you don't need perplex anymore because you already have the stats that perplex was going to get you, right? So if a figure was 1018 and they have perplex, they could go 1118 because they have perplex. But if just the figures are just 1118 period, we don't need a perplex anymore, right?
Yeah. So it starts,
in fact, it's
your
even
odds are
better.
okay.
It's even better because it's permanent on all the guys. It's like having a bunch of perplex on your team already. Whereas before you'd have to actually play guys with perplex. Because you look at someone like the Valerias, they're like one is a 1018 and the other one's a 1017. But one gives 2 perplex and the other one gives 1 perplex for 70 points. Now you give, like, for those amount of points, it's just going to be an 1118, right? So now the 1017 what Valeria had, and now it's just 1118 without the perplex, it kind of offsets it. So that's I think that's huge. And I think if and when they bring back perplex with these stats already up, it's just going to make perplex that much better.
We're just seeing a standard 20 defense.
I think that's probably what it's just going to be, because like there's a lot of that right now because a lot of people have 18 deflection or 18 reflexes, whereas before it used to be 17. Now it's 18.
Yeah, hitting big numbers.
Yeah. So next one.
All right, so we have our best figure for a modern bronze. It is none other than Sky Tyrant himself.
Oh my god.
This guy is a beast. Oh my god.
You want to share his thing just so we can see?
Yeah.
I've talked about this in the past to people at the store when people that are building for our event.
Mm-hmm.
Every question everyone has to ask before you build your team is, can it withstand a Sky Tyrant hit? That's when that is the question, then that shows that goes to show how strong this figure is. Yeah, we're talking at 50 points too. Oh my god.
Yeah, so if he kills something, he doesn't die.
Okay.
When you kill him the first time.
Too.
Yeah, he's got outwit. He modifies his attack when attacking characters he shares keywords with. He's got a bunch of keywords. This guy is just a murderer. He goes out and he kills things
with full move. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Full move. If he just had regular charge, or if he didn't, here's the thing. If he had regular charge flurry, I think he's okay. Or if he had full move charge with no flurry, then he's okay. But they gave him both.
It's dirty.
And that's with TK. He's already moving. That's a minimum 17 squares for him.
And if he hits, he gets to move away half his speed value.
Yep.
So like it's a full board hypersonic.
This is with the being able to use penetrating and quake and penetrating with flurry or exploit. I mean, that just makes him that much more potent. And he's only 50 points. So, a lot of people are playing 2. But I think this piece is the benchmark for teams. Because if you notice, a lot of my discussions when I'm building teams is I'm already assuming I'm going second against the Sky Tyrant, and I'm already assuming he's going to come across the map and hit something. So I just have to either make him miss somehow, or I make him hit something that's not as important for me. And that's how I build a lot of teams, which I think makes this guy not only the best, but almost to the point where it's becoming degenerate, because you have to play this guy, I feel.
So good.
I don't know why you want to play. You give this guy a power gem, and he's stupid. He's 12 for 5, possible 13.
Yeah.
All those keywords too makes him super playable. I mean, look, if you really want to, you could also be an Avenger if you really wanted him to be.
Yeah.
But I think that a piece like this, they got to be careful, I think, because they can't keep making pieces like this, because this guy is too much. And also the resurrections, like if they just cut if they cut the resurrection part or the movement part, but they gave him all of it. They gave him everything.
He's got the trifecta going on for him.
If you give him everything, then he's just too strong.
You're building a 250.
Yeah. So
start at 250 points and go from there.
A lot of the top teams in Modern and Bronze are just Sky Tyrant teams. You could just see too when we go over the event. So
yeah,
for sure, Sky Tyrant. I think it's not even close. I mean, there could be an argument that Conqueror Doom is here because of the amount of teams, but he just doesn't. Like, this guy affects the board.
I would say my second would possibly be Molecule Man, because he goes on so many different teams.
He does
the barrier.
Yeah. But he doesn't do any. He doesn't do what this guy does, for sure.
No.
Yeah. Molecule Man he's a good candidate for sure. But this guy, like, he wins. Whereas Molecule Man can disrupt and he's like super disruptive. Sky Tyrant wins you games.
100%.
Like, this is like the win condition.
He's on the offense.
Yeah. Oh my God. This guy's dumb.
Gross.
All right.
Cool.
What's the next one?
All right. So we next have a Player of the Year, and we're going to give that to Caleb Reddick.
Yeah, that's Caleb Reddick is Reddick. He should just have a nickname, just Reddick.
Hey.
The first time I remember meeting him, he played like an overdrive team. He played a team in Clicks Cup, the Rock Cup, sorry, Rock Cup. He was the only one. Like he was doing really well, but he was the only one playing a team like this. It was a overdrive team with like Sam Cap, Captain Kirk, and stuff like that. It was like a dropship team, and he was playing really, really well. And I was like, damn, who's this guy? And then I've never met him, but he'd been playing on the circuit, but like that was the first time I saw him at the Rock Cup, and he dominated. I was like, wow, this guy's good. And then he ended up winning like the Dice Addiction big event. And, Dice Addiction has a lot of good players, and he won with double unseen Captain Marvel Chase.
Oh, snap!
Imagine that, right? Of course, this was during the time of ID cards, so that's why unseen wasn't completely bad. Because like everyone was playing retails, right? And so double unseen means they're -3 attack. So he didn't care about getting retail because there's no way they can come in. And then he won with X-Men at the last event, and then he won with Secret 6 at another event. And I watched him play a couple online games. So we know how good Isaac is, right?
Yeah.
Isaac Bergovitz. I've watched him play twice, and Caleb beat him twice. That just shows you how good it is. And both times it was like they were like streaming it. It just so happened they were playing. One of them was in the finals, and I think one of them was in the teams one.
Yeah.
Where he played double chase Black Widow, shifting focus Black Widow.
Oh shit! Nice.
And
nice.
he played a Stark location bonus and Space Gem and like Reality Gem or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was his team, and he did. I think he did really well. But he just, yeah, he's pretty crazy, man. Like, I would love for him to come out and play here. He does buy some stuff from me, and he won't even do best offers. He'll just buy him at the price that I have him listed, and he'll buy them for like full. You know, if it's the high end stuff, I usually have it for higher than normal, and he just straight up buys them because he like if he needs it. Like I remember, I think I sold like a 1776 when it first came out because he was playing two of them, and I think I said like I sold 80 or something like that, and he just bought it. It's best offer, not even just best offer, just buy it. But he plays like all the good stuff. I would love for him to come out here and play one time bronze. He
get that bronze addiction.
Yeah, dude. He always when he wins and writes a tournament report, it's like like the next day it's there. Like that's how quick he writes them. It's like very easy to work with. Super nice dude. Like I don't even know. Like if I didn't like meet him in person, I wouldn't know what he sounds like because he like barely talks. He's so quiet. He's a silent assassin. Ooh, that's a better name. Caleb, the silent assassin Reddick. Because he's so like soft spoken, but then you're like, next thing you know, you're dead. So yeah. Caleb, player of the year. I think
just lull you into security and then
dude, it's super nice too. And he'll like he's ridiculous. I think the second one for me, I think it would be Brad Boyles, to be honest.
Okay.
Because he plays in a lot and he places high on a lot. And they're like, he's and obviously he runs all the online stuff too. So
yeah.
But for sure, Caleb.
Definitely. All right, let's do our best keyword, and it is
Latveria.
I
was gonna say Doom, and I'm like, wait, it's Latveria.
Everything is Latveria. Just like 2020, everything was Spider Family. 2021, everything is Latveria.
Yeah, it's all Latveria all the time. It's weird because although it's Latveria, but the teams are different because they can either go the cosmic route or they could go like the past future route. Some of them play Bishop, some play Sky Tyrant. Or no, you don't play Sky Tyrant. I'm sorry. They play like Gladiator. Or Sky Tyrant. Sky Tyrant's.
Yeah, I believe he is.
He is, right? Does he have? He has the keyword.
It's past.
Past. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, Sky Tyrant's there. You could play both. Like how Julia did in our event.
Yeah, flashes.
Yeah, flashes because dude, it's
Batman Prime.
There's so many things you could do with that. It's because it's for 3 keywords, whereas all the Spider Family guys are just like 1. He does 3, so
it's a lot more restrictive.
Man, it's insane. Of course, he's more points, right?
Yeah,
Doom 75, where the other ones are 60 or 50. So I guess that's where
it makes 15. Sense. But 15 more points for 3 more.
Two more keywords.
Yeah, and you get to swap out.
No.
Seems worth it.
Yeah,
really
for sure. He's definitely. I think we're not going to see that go anywhere, especially when we always have new of those generic keywords coming out.
Yeah, like you always say, they're always bringing out new keywords, so it's always going to bring you back to looking at these figures to see what shenanigans we can put together.
So, I mean, I don't think there's anything. Of course, Secret 6 is up there, maybe X-Men, Monster, but it's just Latveria. Maybe those other ones, maybe one more. But if you look at the most played, highest finishing keyword teams, it's mostly Latveria. Just because you have more options. Also, if you're not playing online, and you're gonna play in person, it's gonna be like almost impossible trying to get a Secret Six team unless you got it like when it came out because the prices are just too high.
Yeah. 2 Scarabs, 2 Sky Tyrants, Commissioner.
Yeah, right. The Commissioner, like those are like you're right. It's like $500 just those 3 things you just named.
That's it. All right. So a couple weeks ago, yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I went down to your store to play in an event. We had, you had some awesome pricing. It was fun.
Let's bring up the lists. Top 4.
Lists.
For those watching at home on YouTube here, one of these 3 lists doesn't belong. Just look at it to be like, what the hell is this?
There we go. All right, here we go. End of the year event.
Okay. So, we only had 12 players because it's, it was a week before Christmas. So, forgive us. But the first place was Clay. Second place, Jesse Cortez. Third, some Joe Schmo.
Some guy from the Bay Area.
Yeah. Jeff the third, and then fourth was Julio. All right. Let's go. This is real quick. The first team. Okay, no, just real quick. The first team is a Latveria themed team. The second place team is a Secret Six team. We've already talked about how great the keywords are. And then the fourth place team was a Latveria theme. So the 2 biggest keywords, Latveria and Secret Six, and the amount of money that is, it's like we know, right? But then this third place team, it's just, what is this?
You guys.
Yeah, definitely. Nimrod. It's Nimrod Tentpole.
Yeah. Bronze on a
budget
too.
I think you were really close from getting to the finals.
Yeah.
But those who are familiar with the Superhero Showdown series that we do, I played Nimrod on I think the second episode.
It was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the second one of when we restarted again, not the second overall. And Jeff, you played the exact same team.
Yeah, I did.
Nothing different. I mean, you obviously the maps were a little bit different just because we have a different map list. But basically, it's a Tentpole Nimrod team with objects for him to pick up. So, how often do you get? How in the 4 rounds? How or in the 5 rounds? I guess you played.
Yeah.
How many did you pick up? All of them, and how many did you pick up? Some, and how many did you pick up? None.
In Swiss, I picked it up half the time.
Okay, so 2 rounds you picked up all of them.
Yeah.
And then the other half, did you pick up none or just 1 or 2?
I didn't pick up any. And then I was able the one that the first one I didn't pick up any. It wasn't good for me. Okay. And then the second one I was able just to
load up and
outmaneuver him. Yeah. It took me. Yeah, I think I was able to get maybe 1, and then I got lucky and hit some good rolls.
Nice. Yeah, there's really only one major attacker here, but Thingbot, he does some work if you can actually get him.
Oh, dude, for sure.
He's 4 damage up top. My gosh.
He smacks some stuff up.
Yeah. It's only 20.
Sky Tyrant if he's lucky.
Yeah, if you can get the first attack on Sky Tyrant, that's amazing because he can 1-shot him. But that's kind of ambitious.
Timing.
But then the fourth place team there is the Latveria team that we talked about. I just briefly mentioned. You play Emperor Gladiator and Sky Tyrant together. And he did. This team obviously, and he has a retail Exos. So he opted for Exospecs, which is an interesting one because he puts it on Gladiator, and so he can choose. Normally, he chooses Hyper, so he can run up there. So it's kind of like a second Sky Tyrant, right? Because if he's using Hyper, he's going full move. But
that'll do it.
Instead of Flurry, he's using Close Combat Expert. So and when he gets a confidence token, he's tough to deal with, man.
So come in, smack you, and it's hard to kill them back.
It's good. It's a good team. And then the second place team is your traditional Secret Six. This is what as net deck as you can get. 2 Scarabs, 2 Sky Tyrants, 2 Gigantas, Commissioner. And then the one thing there is the Gamma Bomb. Is this the list that Jose played? It's very similar to Jose's list, right? Because instead of Reality Gem, he played Thug.
And I feel like instead of the extra Scarab, he played another Giganta.
That's right. I'm sorry.
That's Giganta and the Thug.
It was a Giganta. And instead of this second Scarab, it was Giganta or was it the second Sky Tyrant? It was one of the two. But,
second Sky Tyrant.
Instead of second Sky Tyrant, it was a second Giganta and a Thug and another, I think, a gem.
Was it another gem or was it a?
Because it's the liar. It was a gem because instead of the liar, it was something else. I think it was a power gem.
Probably.
And then he has 5 points for something else he played. I forget. But that's basically
map bonus or whatnot.
Yeah, I think it was a map bonus. But yeah, it's a Secret Six. This is as potent as it comes.
Double Sky Tyrant is gross.
This is very similar to Caleb's list. It's obviously instead of the Gamma Bomb, because it's bronze, it's another 10-point object, I think, because the Liar and the Gamma Bomb are 10 points, and I think he plays Power Gem on the Sky Tyrant.
But
the Gamma Bomb is obviously much better for bronze because it's hard to interact with it, and now that means your double Scarabs are shooting right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if one of them gets the Liar, then they both have the Liar.
Right? That's annoying. It's mind control.
Yeah.
Oh no, Liar's is it the mind control one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oof.
So they both have the Liar, if one gets the Liar and one gets Reality Gem, they both have the Reality Gem and they both have the Liar.
Oh jeez.
It's like having double A. It's pretty good. And then, of course, the return of the king here, Clay. After so many years of not playing, he comes in and just slapped everyone around.
I'm here, guys. I'm here.
Yeah, just showed up. But he definitely had some tech on here for sure. Because it's a very thing. So it's like Dan Powell's list. But if you look at all the extra stuff he has there that are bronze legal, it definitely made his team much better, I think, right? Starting with
the staff.
The ATAs for all his guys, I think he gives them minus on their range, which is great. And then the staff gives the Giant Reach, Joker's Canister, plus the stats and Battle Fury and Pin Particles to make Batman big. All of those are relevant. Because originally he was playing Sky Tyrant with the Waldorms.
Okay.
So staff gives you Giant Reach, but you save 7 points.
That's huge.
So, and can you look what the Justice League Dark does real quick? I'm pretty sure it gives minus Justice League Dark, right? All right. It says
when a character using this team ability is adjacent to a friendly character using this team ability, opposing characters modify their range value -2 if not already modified by this effect.
That's actually pretty good. For obviously not against an opposing Batman Prime, but nobody's playing that. And obviously it's a Batman Prime team, so it's like the Dan Powell special, but ported to bronze. But he ended up winning, kind of dominating fashion too at the end there, when he just dominated the Sky Tyrants in that little.
Jesse moved the Sky Tyrants out adjacent to each other in the room on Arcades Arena. And Clay just came in and quaked those motherfuckers to death, and it was kind of game.
Yeah, that was. So it's one of those, and this brings up another thing. Like, I always tell you to, like those little micro decisions. That's skill. So like, not knowing that he could do that and putting your guys in the position where they can get quaked, that could easily have been prevented, right? By just not keeping them together, or maybe not even putting up there, whatever. But Clay was just ready to pounce right when he saw that. He was just like, okay, I'm gonna go get these 100 points real quick. Boom.
Got this.
Yeah, that's tough because the two, like, both the Sky Tyrants are gone. That's a good chunk. That's a big chunk of your attacks, right?
Attacker. But Giganto Prime and Giganta are cool with Scare, but they can run out of steam very quickly.
Yeah. The Sky Tyrants, though, that's the main thing.
I'm saying, with the Sky Tyrants gone, with those 4 figures,
those guys, especially because the Scarab can't do more than 1 damage. That kind of, it really hurts. As well, there's a Molecule Man on the other end, which means he just barriers up, then the Scarabs can't shoot, regardless of the Gamma Bomb there. But what's really funny, though, because of Clay's kind of indifference to the Gamma Bomb.
Yeah.
He almost, like, I don't know if I would say he almost lost, but he definitely made it much harder because he left the Gamma Bomb alone instead of trying to disarm it. And the Gamma Bomb went off and it killed almost all of his guys, right? Like,
the
Molecule
Flash
Man,
died, Molecule Man, Waller.
I was like, oh my God, you're gonna get, But at that
Batman
point,
was on his last click and he had Doom down.
But then, like, you look on the other side, it's like, well, there's just literally just 2 Scarabs. So I guess, if you didn't know what was happening and you only saw that, you're like, oh my God, he's gonna win. You're like, well, there's only 2 Scarabs on the other side. Crap.
Yeah.
But dude, that just goes to show how crazy Gamma Bomb can be if you leave it alone.
Yeah,
and he even said, he goes, I probably should have just went out there and just like try to at the very least try to ticket back 4 to give him more time to kill him instead of it going off.
Went with plan E and F.
What's that?
Said he went with plan E and F. Let the Gamma Bomb go off.
Oh man, that's funny.
Too good.
Yeah, that's too good. The metagame looks very similar to Modern, right? It's just obviously in this format, tent poles are more playable,
viable.
Yeah, more viable because they have more support. So you can see by how Nimrod placed here. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be more tent poles coming out for.
Speaking of newer tent poles, maybe that Thanos from.
Oh, yeah, so let's look at
Thor storyline OP.
All right, so we're going to look at the legacy cards from the slot. Right?
I feel like
how many of them are there?
Really slow. All right.
How many of them are there?
So they did team up cards. And...
Yeah, let's not look at the team up cards. Just look at the legacies.
No team up cards. No.
I mean, are there any of them worth getting?
I don't think so.
Yeah. What does this one do? Let's look at Mr. Fantastic real quick. I guess you might as well.
So Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. It's on a theme team. He has Passenger 3, but only carry.
That's not bad.
Fantastic Four characters.
That's not bad. It's
okay. But that means you got to play the F4 number 1 Mr. Fantastic.
What else is there? Go up.
Black Panther.
Are they all? Is that the first one?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. That was the first one. Yeah.
Okay. So Black Panther. What's he?
Black Panther. This is the parallel of a Black Leopard. If he's on a Fantastic Four theme team, friendly character, the Fantastic Four can use Precision Strike. So that's cool.
This guy is not bad.
60 points.
He's not that bad, but 60 might be a little high. Yeah. But remember, with Captain America on this sideline.
That's
why maybe he could be good now. Precision Strike is he already has precision, so whatever. Let's see. Human Torch.
Human Torch is kind of cool because if he's on a Fantastic Four theme team, when opposing character moves through or is adjacent to one more of his hindering markers he generated, after resolutions, deal that character 1 damage. It's assuming that they don't have a reducer.
Right. Yeah, right. Okay.
X23, personal fave. If X23 enlisted friendly on the map, X23 enlisted friendly characters have safeguard and can reduce penetrating damage,
very
which is
specific.
cool because she doesn't have any reducers. So I don't.
That's not gonna. Yeah. So
But
you're
if
gonna
we give her like Ion, she can have impervious.
for sure.
Wizard.
But it's very, no.
Hold
on. No. Read it again.
Oh.
So her thing specifically says it has to be from a monster, right?
Oh yeah, from a monster.
So it's not that good because if they're not playing monster, then she can't reduce, right?
Yeah, it's even worse.
Especially if everybody's playing Latveria.
Everything's Latveria.
Wizard. You gotta play this crap.
Wizard, he can use other Fightful 4 traits.
Yeah, whatever. Next. Reed Richards Alpha.
And then we get into some characters, which is Reed Alpha, which is cool because he can generate.
This guy's pretty good, right? I think.
Yeah, he can generate the Reed council members. And when the council members are generated, they get to pick a standard power.
He's a 19 up top, right?
Standard attack or damage power, and note it, and then all of them can use it.
Is that a 19 defense up top?
19 senses, yeah.
Yeah, and then he can. Of course, the earliest you can do this is turn 2, but most likely it'll probably be turn 3, because you have to remove 6. So I wouldn't expect to get too many of these unless you just constantly rolling 5s and 6s, right?
Yeah.
Which you can, but I feel like you'll make 1, maybe 2. Like you might make 2 because the thing is like if like they just die, like the game goes too quick. Because again, the Sky Tyrant's on the board.
Yeah.
You can just run through these
19, no big deal to Sky Tyrant.
Yeah, dude, they're both rulers. Yeah, Sky Tyrant's at 13 now with the power gem. Okay, so the next one is Invisible Woman.
Invisible, yeah.
Yeah, she's a lot. We're not looking at it. We're looking at the lower point one.
Yeah. So she's cool because Perplex when.
Yeah.
Huh?
One more that she has a 3rd point value. That's what I would look at. This one I would look at.
Yeah. But her stop clicks don't have reducers, and there's a lot of poison out there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But she does give something, right, when it shows.
Yeah, Perplex, when this power is first revealed, choose another friendly character that shares a keyword. The chosen character modifies all combat values by +1 and has
that's really good.
Power Cosmic. But when she dies, it goes away, right? Because the power is no longer there.
Yeah. So like they would have to hit her. They would have to hit her again. Yeah. I mean, it's a 19. Yeah, they get poison. But if they don't get her right away, she picks a one as a +1 stats, and they have all the improved stuff. They can definitely do some work. That's kind of cool. It does take a minimum of 3 hits or a couple poisons, right? Because it'll stop and they have to stop. So it's similar to Blackheart without the Mastermind.
Yeah.
If she had Mastermind, oh my god, I think she'd be better. But it's okay. She has
why is there no object or relic to give someone Mastermind?
I know, dude. That's like it might be too strong. All right, then the next one is
the thing when another thing hits.
The
thing can use Flurry.
It's like the secret
poison, super strength.
It's like the secret Wars guys, right? Guys that remember the Agamotto and Iron Fist? Like when another Iron Fist, they can take tokens out, right?
Yeah.
Is it a stop click for
him? Yep, stop toughness.
For 60
points.
Good. Well, what's his attack power?
Poison, super strength, and if another friendly character named Thing hits.
God,
when he uses Fantastic Four to heal, he heals 2 instead. Otherwise, the Thing can't heal.
Dang, dude, that means if he heals 2 off of his stop click, that means you have to hit him again. I mean, he's gonna be he'll be doing exploit with his. He's not bad, man. I mean, look, if there's another thing he could play that can also hit, he now has Charge Flurry.
dad thing. I remember him being popular.
Yeah. Well, but he can't attack until one of his kids
One of
dies.
those guys dies, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure we can make it work.
Yeah. This is interesting though. 60 points, but I mean it's 2 stop clicks with. Is it stop click with what toughness?
Toughness.
Yeah. So they won't be able to just kill him right there. Not bad. All right.
Poison him. Yeah.
Next
All right,
is
we got 50-point Human Torch. We'll look at. Let's see. Passenger 2, but only carry characters it shares a keyword with. When carrying characters that share a keyword, Human Torch doesn't modify speed.
So that shows you this is an old design.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, when establishing theme teams, characters on your starting force within humans gain Fantastic Four and have the Fantastic Four team ability.
It's not bad.
Solid.
Here's a question. Does Lockjaw, when we get to Lockjaw, if he doesn't have Fantastic Four, he'll now have Fantastic Four, which now gives everyone Mastermind. There you go. You're welcome.
Done.
And then his leadership, he can remove from the character. Okay. You know what the problem, though, with this guy? He's 50 points with a 10 attack. And he's only 4 clicks, so he could just die.
And then when you have Sky Tyrant for 50 points.
Yeah, so you're dead. Oh, that's one shot from him, man. One shot from Sky Tyrant. Okay, next. But it's kind of cool if you could do the Mastermind, right? It's Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Think about that. All right, what about this guy?
All right.
This is not bad.
I like the paint job. So remove a D6 from his card. Giant Reach X, where X is his turn. Blades, super senses. If there's no D6 on this card when Doctor Doom uses it, after resolutions, you may place the result of that D6 on this card, and then later on, when he uses blades or senses, you may replace the die with the die on the card.
Nice.
He's got invincible. When Doctor Doom clears at least one action token, you may remove the die on the card and heal him 1 click. So, like if you roll a 1 or 2 on your senses or blades, you can remove it, heal later down the road.
That's not bad. Let's look at his stats. And it's
solid.
Invincible.
Starts off with 12.
Right?
Yeah, invincible all the way through.
With that healing thing, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And he's got Minions of Doom, so he's got other ways of healing too.
Dang. 100 points. I mean, they have to, right?
It's kind of high.
Yeah. I guess that's why. All right. And the next one is Torch or Surfer.
Surfer. Probably not 150.
Yeah. I feel like 150 is too much, especially nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we've realized that these are older figures.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
See, there it is. This illustrates exactly what I was explaining. Look at his stats. 10, 18, 3. Remember I said that?
Yep.
What does he have? Perplexed. So now he'll be 11, 18, 3. Now
or 11, 18, 4.
Now it's just an 11, 18, 3 without perplex. That's what I'm, without beating it, without beating a dead horse over and over again, I'm trying to illustrate that point, like to say that the perplex is not missed.
Yeah.
Now it did.
Let's see. All right. Silver Surfer starts the game with 4 light tokens. Free. Remove a light token, and Silver Surfer can use Pulse Wave, Knockback.
Too bad.
When he uses Knockback, he may place them up to 6 squares away instead of 3.
Interesting, but they put that one on there. That's weird, right? Because the knockback thing is a new one.
Yeah.
But the Human Torch thing.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
right?
sense. Blades, Giant Reach 3. When Surfer makes a close attack, you remove a light token. If you do, opposing characters can't use probability and can't reduce damage below 1 for this attack. That's cool. Senses, Surfer can't be healed. When this power is first revealed, remove all light tokens and heal another friendly character that many clicks.
It's just, 75 points is a lot.
To be able to not heal off your stop click is rough.
And he's
it's rough.
It's I think too, we're so spoiled with 75 points being like a minimum of 6 clicks and having better stats. But still, these are the prizes. And then the next one. Okay, here we go. And then now we're gonna look at the legacy cards. Okay, now this guy's really good.
All right, Lockjaw, Fantastic Four. He does, and Inhumans.
Oh, he does. Okay, never mind.
All right, so mass teleportation, Passenger 1, Passenger 4, but only to carry characters that he shares a keyword with. That's incredibly good for 30 points and a 14 move.
Jeez. And you know what's cool about this too? Because he's a dual base.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can, like they can be placed better. Like you have more options for your placement.
Yes.
And then the second one is, oh my god, that's the one.
Friendly adjacent characters that share a keyword can use Mastermind, but only to choose Lockjaw.
Oh, that's what we want. That's what we're looking for.
When Lockjaw attacks, miss targets gain a mobile until your next
Dude,
turn.
That's
so
like
you're gonna miss with your 9 attack, and that's the highest it gets.
Oh my god,
it goes down to 5.
Most likely he'll be like an 8 or 7, right? Because they're gonna be masterminding him. Right? If they don't attack him and attack someone else, he'll take the hit, which now means his next turn when he attacks, it'll be an 8 or 7.
But just think about how easy it is to support him up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think I was gonna say like
him through the event.
What I was gonna say was Claire Finn loves this guy.
Oh yes.
Because Claire Finn has free support, but at a -2. Oh. So she's supporting with an 8 attack, but this guy's like a 12 defense, 13
Dude,
defense.
that's okay on like 13s.
It's
you need
free. So that means he can use it. So she can use a free to heal him, and then just a power to heal him.
Oh, how do we get him on the theme
that's
team?
What is that? A minimum of 4 clicks?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So if you can give her Fantastic Four or Animal or Inhumans, then it'll be good. But that's a stretch.
Let's go.
But this is definitely a piece to look at. 14 move as well.
All right.
Red Shift. This guy used to be 106 points, just so you guys know. So they dropped him 46 points.
That's a lot.
You know what's crazy? Here's crazy. He was 106 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
They dropped him 46 points, and he's still not good. They dropped him 46 points, and he's still not good. That just shows you how crazy everything is right now. Look at this. He's a 60-point guy with a 10-17. That's not going to cut it.
No. It's like a 40-point dial.
Dude, and then he's 9 attack in the back. He ain't hitting shit.
Dude, you're not going to hit. Dude, oh, yeah.
You know what's
really
insane?
Bad.
Okay, you want to know what's crazy?
Like,
you
why waste the paper?
Look, you say 40 points. I still wouldn't play him. Because you're putting 40 points on a guy who's supposed to attack. But why am I going to pay 40 points for a guy who can't hit shit? Yeah. He's a 9 attack, man. Oh my god. That just shows you how crazy the way that they were designing DAOs.
It was from Galactic Guardians too.
They can cut this guy an additional 20 points, and he still wouldn't be playable.
Dude, that's also, you're 100% right, dude.
And you know what too? His defense is so low that like support guys can hit him. Because he's only 7.
That's so bad.
But that's crazy, right? Like they dropped 46 points, and he's like not close.
All right, let's get a little better.
Lockjaw was already good, so we have to, they can't all be good.
Yeah,
I think this guy's good.
So, another taxi, 6. Only to carry characters with a monster keyword, regardless of size.
Oh my god, he's gonna be carrying these big
Can you put 6 Wendigos adjacent to him?
Yeah, that's. I'm like, I don't even think you can.
I think you get like 4.
I don't think you can. But dude, go down. Let's see what else he has.
Moleman has a range of 6 and 2 targets. Incapacitate when he uses it after resolutions. Do 1 penetrating damage to each hit character that was given an action token. Dude, that's really good. 9 attack, not helpful.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he's a 9 attack, so he's not gonna hit. If it said when he uses it after resolutions, deal.
Yeah.
That's it. But because it says each hit character, it doesn't make him that good anymore. If he just simply used it and then they do penetrating, I think he's okay.
Oh yeah, I see the difference there. 100%.
Because he has to hit, so it's not going to happen because he has 9 attack. The main problem I see actually with this. Okay, so they dropped him from 47 to 40, so they didn't drop him that much. is he can only carry monsters. Okay, so like if you play him on a scientist team, it's not gonna be that good. His movement is only 8 for a taxi. The lowest, I feel, if you're gonna use a taxi for something like this, if you don't have a minimum of a 12 move, I feel they're not a taxi.
So it's a reposition,
right? I mean, eight. That you know why too? Because we're so spoiled with all the taxes that we have that are actual taxes. Like Overdrive moves 11 with a sidestep. Voyager moves what 14?
Yeah,
and
Renee.
Avengers. She's a 14 with Avengers move is 15. Tilly moves 12 with a sidestep.
Yeah, Coulson.
Coulson moves 12, and then you have like who are the other ones? Like Kite Man moves 10. Like Kite Man is 15 points, but he moves 10.
Yeah. Oh, Lila.
Yeah, Lila moves what 14 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw Lockdown move 14. So I feel like if he had a higher movement,
like it's cool, but it's not cool.
Yeah,
or it's like if he got +1 for each.
Right.
Figure he carries.
Each passenger, right?
Yeah. Or each 2 passengers, right?
Yeah. So I think he's a borderline because he can't get far enough, I think. But who knows? We might, you might place. There might be a monster that gives him just +3 move, and now he just move 11. So, all right, this guy's funny. So this guy used to be 200. This guy used to be 200 points. Okay. He used to be 200 points.
Oof.
So they dropped him.
What set is this guy from?
Hammer of Thor. Okay, again, look at those shitty stats.
Oh.
Okay.
It's really good on the top, and then it gets really, really bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it goes bad. But now look at his trait.
Pulse wave.
Look at his trait.
The first time Airwalker would be KO'd, instead turn him to click 1 and place him in your starting area. That's...
So you can't. So you got to go through 18 clicks for 125 points.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but once you get past the senses, it's a walk in the park.
But even if, like, let's say he missed the senses and you just hit him, because he doesn't have reducers, he's just gonna be taken like straight. The damage is straight through.
It's fucking hard.
Right? Like you might hit him. You might even hit him to the regen click or like the last invuln click, and then now he's just garbage. Of course, what they were trying to do for this guy, it's so interesting that I think, they're like, look, what if we, and he has 10 range, 2 bolts. Like, what if we give him 18 clicks for 125? Like, that's fine, right? Oh, yeah, that should be fine. And you're like, no, I still want to play him. I still want to play him.
If you look at his first click, it's cool, right? It's hypersonic.
Yeah.
12 for 4. Like, that's cool. But then the rest of it's just trash.
Like if he gets hit, he's taking at least 2, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 3. Let's say he takes 2. Now he's just a 10 attack. Energy explosion? That's not doing anything.
But then if you get hit for 3, you go to Force Blast, Incapacitate.
Now you have nothing. Now you're garbage.
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, it's so weird, man. 125 points, 18 clicks, and
don't base me. I'll Force Blast you.
It's so bad. Okay, so the next one, and it's crazy though. Just the fact that for sheer number of clicks, you still won't play him.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an interesting. I feel he's a little high, but I also don't know about the pogs he makes. All right. When
Doom hits, after his illusions generate a Doombot bystander. We'll look at that in a second. Doom modifies his attack and defense by X, where X is the number of Doombot bystanders on the map.
Yep.
Doom gains an additional bolt. 2 or more is on there. Free KO 1 Doombot bystander. If you did, place Dr. Doom in the square last occupied. Heal him. The number of clicks equal the number of Doombots on your force.
All right. So these are, I think, just have energy explosion.
Was rough.
Energy explosion, leadership. You get leadership though. I think that's fine.
So
here's the thing with him. He needs to hit to get them, correct? So he needs to initially hit first. So that's why it's going to be dependent if he hits. Because if he doesn't hit, who's he going to mastermind to, number one?
Yeah.
To make a T. He's 175, that's a lot. But here's the other thing that you could do with it. Let's say he generates and he makes them. Next turn, or a couple, you could set up however. Those Doombots can just move like a full 7 squares or whatever. And if they're left alone, he can KO them and basically port there and attack again. Right? Because it's free.
Yeah.
Free KO if you did place in the square they lost occupied. So they can move 8 squares or how many squares they go. And then he can KO them and he ports there and then he can attack from there. Right?
Yeah, they can move 8.
Or another move is Dr. Doom runs all the way up, hits them, and then you leave a Doombot in the back. You KO that and he bat signals back.
Question: would Jason be able to generate a Doombot? Right, you should be able to.
Yeah, because he could. You make because they're on his card, right? Yeah, he can make them. So that's one way to make them already. But that's 250
and then
points.
Pop them back.
That's a lot of points. 250.
Got roller theme team going on.
That's a lot. That's a lot of points. That could be something, but I think you're gonna have to make sure he hits. It's just a fun piece. He has perplex. I just don't see as much, but who knows?
But just to hit. So say you perplex your attack to 13, and then you're hitting with 3 damage. It just doesn't seem very good.
No, but I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna probably be using the double bolt energy explosion to
hopefully hit in the back line
to make sure you hit some people, right? Just so you can generate those guys. That's all you're trying to do, because he gets a stat bonus, right? Or is it combat values or what?
I think it's increase.
Don't scroll up to the
attack and defense.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep going up and down. Don't scroll up to the picture because we're always gonna be referring to the traits. Okay, it's attack and defense. He's gonna need that attack because he goes to an 8 attack at the back. Yikes.
But then he goes to 2 damage. Anyone has a reducers.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's gonna be hard for him to kill stuff.
He looks like he might need an equipment or entity or something like that.
I like it.
Let's look at the other Doom. This is the hoof, the hoof foot. This is the Doom with the hoof. Look at his feet. Oh, they didn't show it. Oh, yeah. Just look. He's a horse. Okay.
Oh snap.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if this one's better. He's cheaper for sure, but he does make it mosquito right away.
Okay. So it makes the mosquito for free. When Doom or Mosquito Bystander hits, give each opposing character a tattoo token. When Doom modifies his attack by +X when targeting a character with a tattoo token, modify his defense +X when attacked by a character with a tattoo token, where X is the number of characters with tattoo tokens. All right, let's look at them as skeeters.
They have
hyper, which is cool. 10. 16 exploit.
Those things aren't bad. That's why I was like, maybe this guy might be better.
Yeah, the hyper with the exploit is actually really good right now.
Because if they hit, they get a tattoo token, and now he gets the buff against them.
Yeah, so his attack goes up and his defense goes up.
He's not bad. Okay, let me rephrase that. Compared to the other Doom, this guy's probably better.
Yes.
Because they could do stuff right away, whereas Doom has to hit first.
And the pulse wave.
Yeah. And dude,
the not ideal anymore.
He's 125 to
poison.
175.
Yeah, you're saving 15 points. That's a lot. And the bystanders are way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Wait, are they autonomous?
They're not that cool. No.
Oh my god, that would have been awesome. All right, here's the OG Fire Lord. Here we go.
Is this the one that you won your Galactus with, the first one?
I mean, this guy was the top This guy was the top piece in the format back then. He was 97 points.
Oh, it was the Ultron you told me you had. That's what it was.
Yeah, I had Ultron. Oh my god, if they ever do that guy again. He has like a 14 attack.
Yeah. All right. So Firelord has
so he has
cosmic stuff. Regeneration as free.
Oh my
Once
God.
per game, make
God.
make an attack using Firelord's printed
So
combat value. So
that's a
better do that shit quick.
Hey, that's a throwback to the old rules, because the old rules you could be able to carry and then attack after you were carried. So this is the same thing. Like he can just move up there and
cosmic flame. Yeah.
So it's an homage to that. So it's kind of cool. No reducers. The stats drop. This is Clairefin's favorite target with that 10 defense in the back. 9 defense. That's beautiful. He does have regen as free, which is that's annoying. You know what? He definitely needs like an entity, right? Because his stats will jump.
Dude, yeah.
Right? He's always gonna get a plus. Always gonna get a plus because the stats are so bad in the back.
Dude, but even with Ion.
He needs reducers.
Yeah. Ion or Parallax.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a little too high. But I think it's kind of cool for the free regen and free attack once per game.
Yeah. Always good. Always good with free regen. And speaking of free regen,
we call that a segue.
Here's the creme de la creme of these cards.
$100 piece.
Oh my God, dude! Fools are paying hella money for him when he was sitting in boxes that nobody wanted like 3 months ago.
I could have sold him for like $15 before. Oh, Jesus.
I know. All right, so what was he before? He was a lot. Was he more than 175?
He was 185.
185. Okay, so they dropped him 10 points. But he's got reducers, so that's cool.
Clairefin's favorite target again.
Yeah. See, do they share keywords? I don't think so. All right. Behold the ultimate power in the universe. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. Choose a number of infinity gems equal to half the result from the list below. Thanos can use the effects.
Look, check it out. If he didn't have the word half in there, I think this guy's like team 1.
Oh, 100%.
If he just said roll a d6 and choose that many, yes, we're playing this guy.
Dude, 100%. Everyone would be playing him, but because you only get to use 3, it's far more restrictive. Not Jakeem restrictive, but
yeah.
All right, so he has the power gem, of course, close combat expert, range combat expert.
That's sick.
Time, probability senses. That's a homage to the original time gem.
Well, kind of, because reality gem was prob.
Was it?
Yeah. Reality was prob, time is super senses.
Okay.
But the new time is prob. So it's a combination of both time.
Combo, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Reality has barrier smoke cloud. Thanos may use both as free, but only to generate 1 marker. So that's cool. Okay.
I feel like I would only use that if I roll like 5 or 6. I don't see how I would ever choose that when I can't just use the other stuff.
Soul.
This is a good one.
Steal energy with close and range. Regen as free. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
So I feel
every turn.
I feel like you're gonna pick that almost every time because he's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit.
He's gonna get hit.
Yeah, dude. He's
very
gonna get hit easy, dude.
He has mind. Which gives him improved targeting through hindering, elevated, blocking characters out of base, and then he can mind control as free.
Dude, this guy's good,
with
right?
A 10 range, 2 bolts. 10 range, 2 bolts.
This guy's good, man.
And then space phasing, phasing teleport as free, but only to move 6 squares, which.
Dude. So that means and then he can reduce. Oh, and he can use penetrating damage. That's beautiful. All right, go up one more. Yeah. Let's go back to the stats.
So he's gonna phase for free 6.
Go,
and then
go up to the stats. So he can, or he can just move 18 squares or whatever, 16 squares or 15 squares, because he can phase 6 and then phase away. Like he can just, so he could go phase for free, phase regular, and then regen for free afterwards. I think this guy, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You know what the best? Oh my God! If this doesn't scream exospecs, I don't know what does.
I was I was just took the words out of my mouth. I was like,
because he doesn't have any
equipment
powers or foot. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so disgusting, dude.
too good.
Oh my god. When you go offense and he uses like CCE or RCE and he just uses charge or running shot with the exospecs, he's doing some work.
Hypersonic.
He's not missing, dude. He's a fuck. Look at his attacks. It's 13.
He's got a 15 attack. 15
Okay.
attack on click 3.
So he'll be hitting with a 16 attack for 5 damage when he uses RCE or CC when he uses power gem.
Dude.
If you hit him to click 3, he will be hitting with a 16 for 5.
How do we get charged flurry on this guy with some exploit?
The only way
Scotty's
look
Butcher.
There's an easier way to do it actually. So if you give him exospecs is okay, right? So what you do, let's say he's on that click. You give him and you gotta roll at least 3, 4, 5, or 6. You choose the space gem, which now means he phases 6, which is basically your charge. And then after he lands next to them, you choose flurry. Or you choose you choose flurry with the exospecs, and now you have the power gem, and now you're doing 16 for 5. I can't believe I just said that. 16 for 5.
I like it.
I think this guy's really good. That's why a lot of people are paying a lot. Look at his keywords too. I mean, Jesus. Look at those keywords.
Black Order, Cosmic, Deity, Eternal, Infinity Watch means Thanos, Ruler, Warrior.
Man, that's crazy. Okay. And then the last couple of things. This is a team up card.
Team up card for Spider-Man.
Oh, this is the past one.
Yeah, it's got a hyper.
Oh, they have all those
team
keywords. They have all those. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Those are
the Ghost Rider, Hulk, Wolverine at the beginning of the game. If all 3 listed characters are on the force this game,
can use all those.
Spider-Man and listed characters can use all this cool team abilities. But I guess if one of them dies,
no, because this is at the beginning of the game.
Oh.
It says this game.
Okay.
So
got it. Okay.
That's smart. That's better. So if they die, you're okay.
Yeah. No. Good,
and then
good catch. I misread that. He's got a 50-point line, which is probably better.
Yeah.
And Invisible Woman.
Okay, Invisible Woman is. Which one is this one? Oh, she's the
sidekicks. If 3 or more sidekicks are on your force, friendly captains and sidekicks have passenger 1. If they already have passenger 1 from things such as flights, they have passenger 2 instead. And once per turn, when a friendly sidekick is targeted by an attack, you may replace that sidekick's defense value with the wounds. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then Terex.
Yeah, and everyone loves Terex. Decent stats.
Yeah. It's just
let's see. Oh, if he's on a Herald team, he has power KO all opposing bystanders within range.
Dude, I just wish it was.
That's rather specific.
I wish it was just KO all opposing bystanders.
Dude, just on the board.
Because it's a power.
And he's 100 points.
Yeah, it's 100 points, man. I mean, that's what you're doing. What if they don't have any bystanders and this doesn't do anything? Yeah,
like why play him?
Yeah.
You're not gonna play him anyway.
Dude, and you have to be on a Herald theme.
Yeah, like that's so specific.
Yeah.
But
I think that's
and
interesting how he's just
Quake
like
Giant Reach 3. Cool.
It's funny. But all right, well that's all those. I definitely think that the Thanos, maybe the Doom, the 125 Doom, maybe not, but at least he could do something because he just make those guys. And then the other one was Lockjaw. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So good luck trying to get Lockjaw and Thanos, guys. Good luck. I already sold my Lockjaws, damn it. And I was selling them in the REV too. That's funny.
Price check.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, dude, that Thanos. That's. You know what's crazy was they spoiled this Thanos like a few months ago when WizKids went.
But we didn't see what he did.
We didn't see what he did. Oh my god, I wish. I wish, dude. And I sold my last one for 35 because I thought that was. I was like,
high.
Let's like double the price.
Yeah, I remember 15. He was like.
And then I was like, let's put 35, and then it sold. I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw the card. I'm like, oh crap, I sold it for too cheap. Damn it.
Dig in the back and see if you can find one.
I know. I'm gonna have to. Ugh.
Let me know. I'll pay you money.
That'd be funny. Dude, I had to take away those caps, man. You know what's interesting? I sold those Black Panthers. I had 3 of them in stock. All 3 of them sold after we talked about it.
Oh, the chases.
What the? I was like, but we didn't record when we talked about it. But
synchronicity, man.
No, but you know what though is we talked about the Captain America being good. So if you're looking at the best Black Panthers,
yeah,
you're gonna know that. Hey, how about that guy?
There's only so many Black Panthers that are decent.
Yeah, shit. Although the new one from the Empire set's good, the one with Recruiter.
Yes, I was looking at him.
You know what I was thinking about that guy? He's 60 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a Black Panther die, let's say you play the 85-point Black Panther, he dies. You bring in Captain America at 50 points. Then you Recruiter targeting that Black Panther who's 85, and you bring another Black Panther from your sideline that's less points than him. So you bring in a 50-point Black Panther, and then when that Black Panther dies, the other Cap comes in. or if your 60-point Black Panther dies, you just bring in your Cap.
Dude, done.
Just have it all. You could do it all. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, he's got decent stats.
He's good. He's 7 clicks too. 60 points, and he's got Recruiter effect. Charge Flurry Stealth. I mean, but yeah. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
No, that's it, man.
That's it.
I hope everyone has a good new year.
Next time we'll talk about more Empire that gets closer to when people are playing events, because we still don't really know what. Obviously, everybody knows Venom Magneto is going to be a thing. Just real quick about that guy though, he almost has full map reach, right? He can free TK himself 6. We're talking about 100 points. Free TK him 6, running shot for 6, and shoot 8. That's 20 squares, right?
Yeah. Near full map reach.
So he can. It only works when he has it only works at 100.
Yeah. Because
I believe that's the one that he's like an 11 attack for 4 or something, or 12 for 4 or something like that. Who knows? He could be. I mean, he's solid at 100. Although I do feel people are going to be playing him at 35, right? Most of the time. Because I think 100 is just so much. I can't believe it. Well, before 100 used to be okay. Now it's 100 so much.
Well, we were talking. We're like, what figures higher than 75 points? Do we see on a regular?
Yeah, looks like our boy Alfred will have to be played now because nobody's playing 100-point guys.
I know, right?
Too bad Venom Rogue can't do that shit. Oh man, that's so good.
Dude.
Erratic her.
They did her so dirty.
The team.
So many ways that they could have fixed her, but they just did her so dirty.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's rough. All right. Well, that's what we got. Happy New Year, everyone. Enjoy Empire, and we'll be back, right?
Take care, guys.
All right. Until next time, remember, when bad players blame the dice. So
don't forget to practice rolling them.
All right.
Take it easy, guys. Bye.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.